Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to our show. After doing well, having a wonderful day. On this, drumroll please, 3rd July 2025, it is the early morning, but we're doing good. We are running on two main components, three main components, four main components. First components were crazy. That helps. Main components we're having energy drinks and chocolatey macaroons, which are delicious. Third, I'm already up, so I go to sleep. And lastly, motivation. Today we're doing a video for the gaming channel. You're right, we're doing a Gundam series. So right now we're kind of busy because like a whole party right here. I don't know where it is. I do not know where it is. So I'm looking for the Gundam because we're doing Gundam. We're doing a review. We just finished the second series. So technically speaking, the second series. On paper, not the second series at all. Gundam. We're gonna go on Wikipedia. So we did the first series, which is Gundam 1969. We did Gundam. There you go. That's it. Love's the death of peace of mind. I had to find in my head. We did the Seed, which was good, and now we're doing the second series in chronological order, which was much better. My opinion on the series actually quite simple. First series was with Admiral Ray, who was a guy. So Admiral Ray, this is it. It's a mobile suit Zeta Gundam. Now we're doing ZZ Zeta Gundam, which is, let me make sure. Can maybe done, yes sir. So to me, the second season was much better. The first season is about a guy called Amuro Ray. Amuro Ray ends up being a new type, which is a really rare type of people that are just naturally talented. They're stronger, they're smarter. It's funny because in the timeline, there's a shift of timeline. So in the shift of timeline, after the first show, the first series, there is Gundam Seeds. So Gundam Seeds are about coordinator, which are man-made enhanced human being. So you're creating kind of like a new type, but it's the way better because you're creating them. So with Amuro Ray was a guy who was the guy that was supposed to save the world. He just didn't want to because he was a kid and he wasn't a fighter, and he killed people and he felt bad about it, right? Now with Kamei Bidan, it's much better because you're trading in the whiny kid that was Amuro Ray for a kid that has both of his parents killed. Both of his parents were killed. You still have teens, so there's still some love story, which I like. The first one, it wasn't a love story. Second one, yes. Four, I think it's something four. The second series, Camille is a much better character. He is a victim of dictatorship. Dictatorship are from the Titans. Titans are kind of like similar to the Zeon, which we saw in the first series. His parents are killed. Most of his friends are either slaves to the system or they're being exploited, right? So Carmi has every single reason to be going against. Amuro was a guy that didn't have a choice. Kami is a guy that make a choice. So right away, I like Kami way better. Also, the cool thing with Kami is that, how can I say this? That he knows who to follow. For example, Amuro Ray followed a couple people. He followed a couple people because they were somewhat of a superior, right? It's a very army type stuff. So you have private, caporal, general. I don't know if I can know. Admiral. With Camille, he's following people because they have leadership capability. So he follows a guy, and that guy is Quattro, and Quattro ends up being Char Aznable from the first series. So the Char Aznable, not only is he super talented, but he is also a new type. Not only is he a new type, but he's very charismatic. If you want to follow someone, you can follow him. You know that if you follow him, you'll be good. first of all. Second of all, there's people like Boa. So although the second series feels a little bit more uh, complete with characters, the second series is we have this character that we like and we want more. In the third series, in the third season, which we're doing right now, which is I don't even know the name. We're having an overdose of Gundam right away because I did 3 series in like 2 weeks. What's the next one? Zeta is also really good. Zeta by principle is also really good. Really fucking good. Gundam. Why is this actually so good? Well, because in the first one, it was all a question about the Gundam, the piloting. Amuro Ray piloted the Gundam MK2, one of the strongest Gundam in existence. So you didn't even need to be strong. All he had to do was to follow, to use his Gundam. With the Zeta, they started creating Gundam that are piloted by new type. So, for example, they're specific to new type. For example, there's 2 new type, which is 4, which is the love interest of Camille and Camille. And since they're both new type, their Gundam is responsive to who they are. So it's the quality of the driver, the quality of the machine. Gundam ZZ. Gundam ZZ is something I don't like because you're seeing Boa again, and it's just boring. So, Camille as a it's a big negative. Camille as a fuck as a the protagonist is exactly what you want. He is more than what you want. He's a kid that got abused. He's a kid that got that was a victim of the system, and he just decided to step back. And then next one, it's a kid who, after years and years of wars, everybody's poor. So what he does is he covers some scrap metal, and then the military, they offer him a stable life. Like, hey, come and work for us, we'll pay you. Like, okay. So you're not justified. You're going in for the money, which is a weird choice. But hey, am I in charge of everything? No. So I'm not gonna say anything. Okay. Next we have Mobile Zeta Gundam. We're going to be reading the normal one. We're going to be reading the plot. I think I'm going to be reading production. No. I'm going to be reading the soundtrack. No. National release, related media. No. Manga, compilation film. No. Game. No. Reception. Okay. We're going to be reading critical response. And that's it. We're going to be reading 3 out of 7. We're going to start with the rest. This is Wikipedia, so if you don't want me to hear me talk, you can just read it. Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam is a 1985 Japanese television anime series, so already 6 years after the first one. Second installment in the Gundam franchise, a sequel to the original Mobile Suit Gundam. The show was created by and directed by Yoshiyuki Tomino, the character designed by Yoshikazu Yasuhiko, while the series mechanical design was split amongst Kunio Mamoru Kazumi. The series was originally aired on Nagoya Broadcasting Network and its sister A&M. Between 85 and 86, the plot is set in a futuristic universal century timeline. It takes place 8 years after the event of the original series. Then is centered around a new conflict that is formed between 2 new factions. The Titans, a corrupt task force formed by the Earth Federation, and the Anti-Earth Union Group, a rebel group that seeks the end of Titans. That show is told through the perspective of Kami Bidan, which is the guy I like, a teenage member of the Aogi and a pilot of the RX-178 Gundam. And then the Zeta Gundam. Several main characters from the previous Gundam series return in supporting roles. Amuro Ray. And this one, I like Amuro Ray. Amuro Ray is like, yo, I've did enough. And then he joins the war at the very end, but he dies. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool because it is the passing of power. I was the main character, now Camille, you can take my place. And his rival, Char Azabo, none of which returned as a pilot of the Aogi under the new identity of Quattro Vegina. Char is a very important character in the Zeta Gundam. The reason why it's so important is because you'll like him as in the first one. Char is a villain, but he's also a dude that had a reason to be a villain. Yet a man-made villain. They just came in, they stole his father's legacy, and they kidnapped his sister. Well, they didn't kidnap him. They didn't kidnap his sister, but still. And then Char serves under the Zabi family, which are the bad guys, but he served under them to sabotage them. And the fun fact is, even though Char is a bad guy, he ends up killing more bad guys than the main character, which is Amuro Ray. Crazy, right? Crazy, right? Often regarded as one of the best shows in the franchise, Series for his dark team character is an improvement over his predecessor. Between 2005 and 2006, the series was produced and compiled into a film trilogy. Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, and new translation, this is exactly what I'm watching. True, still directed by Tomino, it involved many changes to the original storyline. The film was considered a success in Japan. Plot. The series follows a rebel group of anti-Earth Union group as they try to defeat the Titan, and he leads task force of the Earth Federation designed to hunt down Zeon remnants, which is ruthlessly killing one demanding equal rights for the space citizen in cold blood. So this is kind of the this is kind of important. In the first series, we had the Zeon, and the Zeon were people that were drifting off to space. They were Earthlings that were driven off from Earth and like, yo, I live in space. So at first, the Zeon kind of used that to their advantage. Like, holy shit, gets to dictate who lives on Earth and who lives in space. So then, what ended up happening is, they were justified. Now, after that, they were like, well, new types are the next power. New types are amazing. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else. Only new type will survive. So they started with Noble. I was talking about Char. Char's father was originally the one that was responsible, and he only wanted equal rights. Then the Zeon were like, fuck you, we're gonna take over. Which is a beautiful thing, because the Zeon were the bad. Okay, I'm gonna be saying something that is kind of crazy. In Germany, we had the Second World War with the Reich and shit like that, right? And then people were mad at Germany as a whole when some people didn't do shit, right? This is what's going on with Zeon. This is exactly what's going on. And it's 1985, so it's after that, so it could be inspired by that. The story of the Gundam is told through the viewpoint of Camille Bidan, a civilian teenager and amateur mobile suit pilot. Parents are engineer working for the Earth Federation. Titan, while traveling the Green Nova colony to meet his parents, Maze is insulted by and Shaka Titan officer named Jared Massa. The cool thing with Jared is he's an asshole all in all. And Jared is actually a really, 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 really well-made character. Jared is an asshole, he's a bully. But then every single time that he's fighting Camille, he keeps on getting defeated. So then, by getting defeated, he becomes justified. Is justification or vengeance? Is he an asshole? Yes. Is he more than just an asshole? Absolutely. You see this guy, Camille, who's supposed to be weaker. This guy literally has like military training and he's being defeated by a kid. Now, the reality is, first of all, Camille has a better Gundam. Second of all, Camille is also a new type, so the new types are, again, stronger than normal human being. So it's like, yeah, you know what I mean. It's tough, because at the same time, he's kind of justified to be mad at Camille. It's like, yo, you're kind of cheating, right? And Camille, he's mad at him because you're a bully. Even if I'm cheating, you don't deserve to win. Following an Ayug attack led by Quattro Vagina, which is Char Aznable, on the colony to capture a trio of Gundam MK mobile suits undergoing field tests. This is the problem. You have mobile suits. Earth has the advantage because Earth has nuclear plants. Nuclear plants are the only thing to power up mobile suits. Titan's order, under the order of Basbom, the Camille parents attempt to force the return of the stolen Gundam MK2. So basically a hostage situation. Jared, unaware of the hostage plot, mystically kills Camille's mother. Because of this and many other reasons, Camille eventually joined the Ayuk. See, that's what I was saying. He's a kind of like a good guy. So then, there's a very cool scene in the game. It's a very, very cool scene. And it's kind of hard to understand. So at first, Camille, they take in Austin with his mom, and they're such an asshole. What they do is they release in space a capsule. The capsule that has Camille's mom. She's in the middle of battle. She's in the middle of a what should we call it? She's in the middle of the battlefield. Jared decided to kill the hostage to end the war. Okay, we're losing these battles. We'll kill the hostage. That way, you don't have a reason to fight anymore. And then Camille, he's like, "You killed my mom." And then the first reaction of Jared is like, "Your mom?" He didn't know. So again, he did something horrible, but he didn't have the intention. And if he knew, now there could be a case made for if he knew that it was Camille's mom, would he have killed the mom? The answer is I don't know, and I don't think you can know. So very good plot, very very good plot. Um, um, as the war escalates, Camille encounters people from all sides of the conflict, including brainwashed Titan, artificial new type, and the leader of the Anaheim Electronics, who were secretly founding the AUG. The AUG eventually launched a full-scale attack on Earth Federation assembly at Dakar to Earth's fierce civil war. Quattro revealed himself to be Char Azabal and present into the Titan tyranny, including using G3 nerve gas on defenseless colony. Yeah, Titans are assholes. The Earth Federation courts soon rule the Titan actually be illegal and back to you. Then the Titan leader, Jamitov Imam. What is kind of cool here is, like, the Titans are a group that is almost political, and you cannot kill a group because of their political belief. By proving that they're assholes, you can actually make the case of the bad guys. We should kill them. Access amendment and gender accusation of Jupiter Fleet Commander Optimus Hiroko. The Optimus Hiroko is one of the worst characters. He is one of the worst characters. So he always has this feeling of not being enough. He always has those self-doubt and those insecurities, and because he feels the need to be like a dictator. So it's kind of like a Napoleon. I don't know English. So Napoleon was was a general in the war, and he was considered very small, and because of that, he was very angry all the time, and because of that, he was deemed to be unfit. So he always felt the need to prove himself. This is what's going on with Squid. And the most of Titan Fleet, a giant act will unleash a mental attack upon Camille, the latter mentally unstable with sign of memory lapse and insanity. Again, this is the problem with Gundam. They're pushing forward the idea that Camille is one of their only, and is one of their only, like, good soldier. Like, for example, there's a couple of characters that are really good. Like Char Azabal is really good, Boa is really good, and Camille is really good. Take away Camille, there's not enough. So you conclude with both the AUG and the Earth Federation suffering considerable loss over the course of war, facing the full force of Axis Xeon, leading into Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ. There's not even a good ending for that. Now we're gonna move on to the reception. Critical reception. Mobile Suit Gundam is praised by fans of the Universal Century Universal Century sect of the franchise. I got so many mosquito mark, it's crazy. With many lauding it for its bleak tone, character movement, and its complicated expression of war. Industry director said not liking the show. I love this show. The review website Manga gave the anime an overall B+ rating, rating it as one of Yoshiko's greatest work. They stated that with the lack of an A+ that is recommended for fans who are really familiar with the Universal Century storyline. Yeah, because if you don't know who's Char, you don't give a fuck. If you don't know the action of Xeon, they don't really explain it. They don't really explain what they did and how bad they were. Even then, when they present Amuro Ray as this pilot, and you're supposed to say, okay, well, is he a good one? And you don't even know. They don't even tell you that he's a main character of the first one. Now, if you played it, you don't need to know. Now, the cool thing with the game is you need to be the first theory to enjoy the second. So with the series, you wouldn't have a choice but to learn that is the main characters. You don't have a choice because you just played as Amuro Ray, which makes sense. But watching the show must be a different thing. My apologies. Yeah, review the original film trilogy. Original film trilogy is they took the first series and put it into 3 films. First before watching Zeta Gundam, reviewer Chris Beveridge of Maniac Com gave the volume of the series a full A rating. Last episode as being the huge payoff episode, where you can almost feel the character being rushed around a bit and move through the pace. But at the same time, it all comes so fast that it's simply enjoyable to watch so much happen and change so quickly. Beveridge would later review the Blu-ray release of the series of the Fandom Post, giving both of 3 plus a A- rating. Beveridge writer in the review for the first set, I believe that it's been almost 10 years that I saw this series. That's just how much anime you consume. It also makes you realize which ones truly stand out over the course of time. This one is definitely one of them. Beveridge found the second half of the theory weaker, to still claim that it shows its most thing right. While reviewing, so this is actually quite simple to understand why. Look at this. There was the sunrise. It's definitely weaker. It's nice. We've been filming for an hour 13. At first, it's really Camille is really like mad because you killed my parents and you betrayed me like shit for years. Even then, like he attacks the guy who bullied him. But he's not the first bully. It was just was the last bully. At the end, it's not about that. It's like, okay, well, this is our political versus their political, and in that case, why it's not great. It's simply because we saw this already. We saw this already. I'm sorry, I'm talking a lot, huh? Oh well. While reviewing, the Blu-ray Ollie Barter of Forbes gave the show a rare review, visiting as possibly the greatest Gundam series ever made. Barter praised the series' more realistic approach to war and the striking design to many different robots. To this finding transformation make out of this place that have more grounded reality. Learn our city of Anime News Network. But the series in a review of the first Blu-ray release, made up for the first set a B. Praising it for its powerful storytelling, it was more critical of the second half of the series, finding the plot too chaotic, holding goddamn awkward coming of age. But Oshii still praised the second half for its mecha design, strong emotional payoff, which really getting the subtitle version a B. I mean, when you understand that the Zeta is directly, and I mean directly, the awkward thing is 4. That's super easy to guess. 4 is the main. Okay, 4 is the main love interest of Camille. Because 4 is the main love interest of Camille. What happened is 4 comes in and she's like, "Yo," Camille's like, "Why are you helping them? They're a piece of shit." And 4, which is a artificially made, so it's complex. She's artificially made new type, which means that she was biologically engineered, and because of that, she doesn't have memories of her own. So then the Titans are like, "Yo, help us out," and when we decide that you've done enough, we'll actually tell you about your story. So she's fighting, and because they promised her something, even if they can't. So then Camille, which is a teenager in love, is like, "Okay, well, guess what? I'm not gonna fight you, and as long as I know that you're one of the Titans, I'm not gonna fight the Titans." And it's very weak because I understand he's in love, but at the same time, those people were dictators. Those people killed your parents. So all of this rage kind of disappear with love, and you're just like, "Okay, well, we liked you because you were so vindictive. We like you because you were so justified to do what you did. And now you're telling us that you kind of regret what you did." So, not regret, but you know what I mean. Comic book resources listed Mobile Suit Gundam as the best Gundam anime since their 2020 list. And the series was later ranked as highest rated Gundam show on IMDb. But Boston Brand, one of the biggest distributor of Gunpla model kits, the Japanese joined toy in the East, at Zeta Gundam, the top show watching the franchise. The Zeta is actually way cooler. I have a new Gundam, and it's tree form, and it's just beautiful. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. There's nothing else. That's it. So, Mobile Zeta and the books. Next, we will do people stealing shopping carts. It's just shameful. Just shameful. Next, we'll do Gundam ZZ. And after that, I'm gonna take a break because I'm watching a lot of Gundam and it's repetitive. So, what I think I'm gonna do is actually quite smart. Either I'm taking a break or I'm playing one of the side story, or yeah, side story, because you see, it really felt different. So maybe I'm tired of seeing. I don't know. We'll figure it out.